shocks stuck in my head. The thunder of the drums dictates the rhythm of the thoughts, the number of days, the rising of the horns ahead.
What is up there, guys? This is DPR, and in today's video we're going to be playing some Call of Duty Mobile. In today's Call of Duty Mobile in-depth video, we're going to be reviewing the Man O' War Assault Rifle. The Man O' War Assault Rifle was introduced in the Season 4 ranked match system. You need to reach the Master 1 rank in multiplayer's ranked match, and you will get this weapon. The Man O' War was already introduced in this game via Lucky Draw, but those are really expensive, so I hadn't had the opportunity to use it. And in this patch it has been buffed, so now it's a better weapon than it was previously. So starting off with the damage, this is a high damage assault rifle. In fact, it is the highest damage assault rifle in the game, dethroning the AK-47, which held that place previously. So that being said, if you take a look at the stats of the gun, the damage stat is the highest this weapon has. It has 75 damage, which is the highest damage value of any assault rifle in the game. So how does that translate in terms of shots to kill? The shots to kill of the Man O' War are the best shots to kill in their entire assault rifle class, killing in 3 shots up close and dropping off to 4 shots at long distances. So each bullet that comes out of the Man O' War is the deadliest bullet in any rifle. And that being said, we're gonna move now to the rate of fire. The rate of fire of this gun is slower than the AK-47 and slower than any assault rifle in the game, and that means that in shorter range, that is close quarters combat, the AK-47 is going to be better than the Man O' War. However, if you go back a couple of meters, maybe 5 meters say, you're going to be preferring to use the Man O' War than the AK-47. Since most of your encounters are going to be at this distance, which is mid-range in this game, the Man O' War becomes a deadlier rifle than the AK-47 in terms of range. Now moving on to the accuracy, in short to mid-range encounters the Man O' War is fairly accurate. In fact, it is more accurate than the AK-47 in this range. However, going down to long-range encounters, the Man O' War's horizontal recoil becomes a problem. The AK-47 has mostly vertical recoil, which is more controllable. Now the Man O' War's horizontal recoil is a real pain. But the good news is that the range in which the Man O' War's horizontal recoil starts to affect you is well beyond the range that you're going to be using it. This weapon is meant to be used in mid-range encounters primarily, so you're not going to be that affected because of the horizontal recoil. So do keep in mind that if you're going to go with this gun into long-range encounters, you're going to be probably demolished by people using an M4 or some other assault rifle that is meant for long range. And that being said, this is a mid-range assault rifle. Now moving on to the iron sights of the gun. The iron sights are really obstructive. They seem clear at the first, but then when you start using the gun and the recoil starts kicking in, they become really obstructive, so I'm against using iron sights in this gun. You're better off using a reflex sight or an ACOG sight. I'm more used to the reflex sight because the ACOG sight also gets disrupted because of the recoil, and you're gonna be tempted to use the gun in more long-range encounters than you should. So the reflex sight is the best sight you can use in this weapon. I have been using 3 of the sights, and the reflex sight is the better. Now when it comes to attachment, the attachment guide for the Man O' War, starting off with the first attachment I would recommend using, and that is Quick Draw. The Quick Draw attachment is really useful for any assault rifle, as you're going to be using them out of corners and mostly in mid-range encounters and close-range encounters that you'll be using the Man O' War, so the Quick Draw will give you an edge in those kind of situations. And as I already told you, the sight I would recommend using is the red dot sight or the reflex sight. Now, the second attachment I would recommend using is the foregrip. The foregrip, because this weapon has a lot of kick and the vertical recoil is going to be much more higher if you don't use the foregrip. Now finally, if you're going to be playing tactical game modes, I would recommend going for the suppressor, but if not, this stock will be boosting your mobility and making this a more agile rifle. So now to wrap up this episode of In-Depth, I'm going to go saying that the Man O' War and the AK-47 are really similar. The Man O' War is basically an AK-47 with higher damage, a different recoil pattern, and more solid shots. It also has a slower fire rate than the AK-47. So, this was Xerox DPR. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.